Howdy folks and all the good followers. It's me, Chief Marine Mate Edu. Today, let's familiarize you about CCR or Cargo Control Room. Before we start, thanks for watching and please press the subscribe button and click on the notification bell. Let's begin. As I have mentioned earlier, our topic is CCR or Cargo Control Room. We shall focus on gas carrier ship CCR. In this familiarization, our main focus is on LPG ships such as very large gas carrier, which is this, shown just behind me. Whilst another discussion will be in another video series for the CCR of other ships like tankers for crude oil carriers, CPPs or clean petroleum products, chemical tankers, and other gas carriers like the LNGs or liquefied natural gas carriers, and including many other ships that has a cargo control room. Just for facts, cargo control room began to appear on US flag tankers in the mid-1960s. That was a long time ago. Prior to this time, liquid levels also are monitored by roving watch consisting of the deck watch on duty. The use of computers in the cargo control room began in the 1980s. So basically, this is where most of the new technologies in computers started to grow. The cargo control room, CCR, or cargo office of a tanker ship location is also where the person in charge, which is the chief officer, who directly answer or supervised by the master in command, that is the ship captain, stays most of the time, especially in critical situations. But of course, there are other cases wherein he or she is not required to be in that location. But she or he should be always monitoring the situation, and in any eventuality, he can be called or she can be called at any time. The CCR or cargo control room is where monitoring on control of loading and unloading of the ship's liquid cargo and all other related cargo operations in gas carriers. Basically, nowadays, a prevalent system can be found on automated vessels. The CCR may be in its own room or sometimes located in the ship's bridge, and this allows the person in charge and other duty officers to control the cargo operations, such as opening and closing of valves, throttling the valve positions, and of course knowing the cargo tank liquids. Valve indicators are typically laid out on a mimic panel, meaning to say you'll be able to see the whole layout on a schematic diagram which displays the cargo system, piping valves, and pumps. And with that, it will be easy and a lot more convenient to plan or monitor the operation as it goes. Tank level monitoring is another key functionality often provided in modern cargo control rooms. One aspect of tank level monitoring is overfill alarms. So meaning to say, if the level goes up, there is an alarm, it will be notified or given to the person in charge or duty. This will be shown as well on the deck side. There will be some topics that is related to that I will discuss in some other videos. Now, many systems allow the person in charge to monitor tank levels in any of the cargo tanks at any given time, as you can see the drawing here or the picture. Tank level monitoring allows the person in charge to take early action to avoid, for example, spillage, overflow. But of course, in most gas carriers, this would be able to activate the ESD or emergency shutdown, and thus it will stop the loading by closing the manifold valves and other related or the so-called interface synchronized system. When loading, the ship tank level information is often sent, and it shows stresses such as shear forces and bending moments, including all the stability information that the chief officer and the duty officer has to know. Various other functions are available in some cargo control rooms. Many offer the person in charge additional monitoring and control system remotely. So meaning to say, he or she doesn't need to go around on deck all the times and go in the locality. So he can basically communicate with the other people who are in having a duty in parallel with the chief officer at that given time. The ability to monitor other systems also are included in this cargo control room. You'll be able to see tank pressures. Modern cargo control rooms typically allow the person in charge to control the ballast pumps as well, and valves and ballast water tank contents. For most liquefied gas carriers, such as the fully refrigerated or even the semi pressurized and fully refrigerated, the principles and applications are the same. The layout and models may be different, but it also depends on how the vessel was built in terms of ship owner's budget. Meaning to say, you can fit all the gizmos you want as long as it will meet the requirements of the regulations under the IGC Code and SOLAS Convention. Hence, in this example now, you will find, for example, on my right, general alarm system. You see this red button here. That is the general alarm system. And of course, the rest of the consoles, you'll be able to see the ballast water treatment system, display, printer console. And again, to my right, you'll see the BHF, and that is for calling or communicating with the loading master or anybody who is representing the terminal. And then of course we have two display monitors here, which is a Kongsberg display monitor. Now, not necessarily that you will have the same model fitted on your ships. So this one, for example, is made by Kongsberg. So that display shows a lot of things. So other displays, the Kongsberg monitor display 2, and some information for the anemometer and wind vane alarm consoles. We have also those small buttons there, which the red one, it is the ESD control activation and reset button. We have also the deck water spray system activation button, and cargo pump and booster pump stop buttons. Also, it includes alarm printer consoles. Reliquefaction plant system is monitored, and most of its main equipments can be started or stopped remotely in this CCR as well. Now, the functions and operations provided for this equipment or controls, we will be discussing other video series. For now, I'm only discussing or familiarizing you with the CCR of a gas carrier. So, if you have any other comments and you would like to be expounded or explained further, then put on the comment below, and I'll look through it and find some time to create another lecture or familiarization about cargo control room. Don't worry, I'll be explaining much of the equipments and everything that is related to cargo operations in this kind of ships. Then we will also tackle other kinds of discussions for another type of vessels, such as VLCCs or very large crude carrier, chemical tankers as well, and many other types of tankers. But this is not actually limited for this for the tanker vessels. We will be discussing other, generally almost any kinds of ships, literally. Well, except for every cruise ship. I haven't been in a cruise ship, but we can talk about general cargo, heavy lift multi-purpose vessel, or even container ships and bulk carriers. So thank you for your time. I hope I have given you some information that is applicable or very informative and useful for you. If not, it's just an additional information or added information that might be useful or not, and you never know, it could be some sort of an extension of your knowledge, even though perhaps some of the viewers are not actually related into this kind of what you call the profession. So it's again another good day for everyone. Thank you for viewing, and See you next time.